told your friend you're not okay.
Hello K-pop news lovers, the entertainment world has been rocked once again, not by scandal, not by wild rumors, but by something far bigger, more mysterious, and more earth-shattering for the global industry. Today, the name that has long been the center of gravity in the international music scene is back in the spotlight, Jungkook, the golden Maknae whose every move always sends shockwaves that change the course of the world. This time, the wave came without warning, without a teaser, without a press conference. It started with something seemingly trivial, a small leak, a vague hint, a clue so subtle that only the sharpest eyes of fans could notice it. Yet from that small clue emerged an earthquake that is now shaking the global industry. Jungkook is rumored to be preparing a new project worth millions of dollars, and the entire world is bracing for the storm he is about to unleash. It all began when Jungkook appeared in an unconventional way, with calm gestures, saying little, yet every movement felt like a secret code. Fans, who are always the best detectives in the world of K-pop, began to notice certain signs that didn't just appear out of nowhere. There were changes in the frequency of posts, studio recordings with previously unheard instrumentals, editing styles that felt like hidden teasers, and faint smiles that seemed to say, something is coming, and this time it's much bigger than you can imagine. From there, speculation began to flow, theories emerged, and one conclusion grew stronger: Jungkook was preparing a massive project. The media began to move quickly. Korean outlets released reports simultaneously, Western media began to highlight the superstar's activities, and industry analysts began to gather pieces of information and connect them together. They called this project a global-scale endeavor that could impact many sectors: music, entertainment, technology, even the international brand market. Jungkook, who has long been known as a music icon and commercial magnet with unmatched influence, is predicted to be preparing something that could achieve fantastic numbers when it is finally released. And when global analysts mentioned millions of dollars as the project's value, fans knew this was not just a rumor. Jungkook never does anything halfway. Whatever he touches always turns into a phenomenon. What's even more interesting is how this project leaked. Jungkook never spoke directly. He never made an explicit announcement. Instead, it was through hints that never felt coincidental. The way he looks at the camera during live broadcasts, the music clips that appear in the background, the changes in the studio ambience, the clothing style that seems to follow a certain concept, and even the timeline of interactions that feels like a puzzle waiting to be solved. Fans piece it all together like forensic experts, and without realizing it, they have mapped out a path that leads to something much bigger than initially suspected. Meanwhile, the outside world began to feel the domino effect. Keywords related to Jungkook skyrocketed, global trends changed in a matter of minutes, and the world seemed to hold its breath while asking, what exactly is the golden Maknae preparing? Is this project an international collaboration with top artists? Is this the launch of a global brand bearing Jungkook's own name? Or is this a Hollywood-scale entertainment project with a contract value that would make the industry gasp? Every possibility sounds plausible. Because Jungkook is no ordinary artist. He is a phenomenon, a trendsetter, an industry game-changer. When he is involved, the value of the project is never low. Jungkook's calmness only adds to the mystery. He doesn't deny anything, doesn't confirm anything, but from the way he smiles, the way he responds to comments, the way he avoids certain questions, fans can sense that something is being kept under wraps, waiting for the right time to be revealed to the world. And that time, according to many analysts, is getting closer. Fan enthusiasm is peaking, the industry is preparing, international media are beginning to predict, and K-pop news refers to this moment as the beginning of the next global wave that will bring Jungkook's name back to the top of the world stage in a way that has never been seen before. The world seems to have entered a new era since the leak of Jungkook's multi-million-dollar project became a hot topic on various platforms. After the initial wave of speculation and theories erupted, the atmosphere intensified. Instead of abating, curiosity only intensified, and every little detail about Jungkook became the subject of global analysis. Many said that what was happening now felt like a pre-era, a phase before the next triumph, a phase where the atmosphere felt heavier because something big was about to come. And if there was one artist who could change the world's mood with just a hint, it was Jungkook. As time went on, new signs began to emerge, confirming that this project was more than just an exaggerated rumor. The recording studio where Jungkook was last seen reportedly had added night shifts, a piece of information that immediately sparked speculation that production was entering an intensive phase. Another rumor mentioned mysterious activity at a global company that had previously collaborated with Jungkook, and some analysts boldly linked the two, suggesting that the company might be one of the strategic partners in this multi-million-dollar project. Even more interestingly, industry insiders have begun to reveal that several major international names have recently been very cautious when asked about their collaborations for this year. This caution isn't a sign of denial, but rather the opposite, a sign that they're involved in a secret project. This further convinces the public that Jungkook's project isn't just a solo venture, but something that crosses continents, genres, and industries, the kind of project that only an artist with absolute global influence could undertake. Jungkook's presence has drawn even more attention as he appears on several occasions with a different aura. Not flamboyant, not overly open, but his charisma feels more mature and calm, like someone who knows that whatever he's working on will change things. Fans have described his gaze as the gaze of someone holding a big secret, and the media has begun to take notice of how he answers questions, cautious, measured, but still giving off a glimmer of confidence that the time is near. The official narrative from the agency remains silent. There's no clarification, no denial, no attempt to quell speculation. This silence is actually the strongest sign that something is indeed being carefully prepared. The agency remained silent as speculation reached fever pitch, and in the K-pop world, silence doesn't necessarily mean ignorance, it usually means that something is true but unconfirmed. Meanwhile, the global impact was becoming increasingly clear. Several global companies suddenly updated their pages, displaying blank visuals with the words, "Coming soon," causing a stir as some of these companies had already collaborated with Jungkook or named him as their top-tier ambassador. There was also talk among investors that the entertainment industry was preparing for a big move that would impact the digital market in the coming months. Many ventured to suggest that this move was likely related to Jungkook's project. On the fan side, theories abounded. Some analyzed the background music featured in the studio video clips, trying to guess the genre of the project. Others compared the global schedules of world-class artists to see who had open collaboration slots. Still others dissected Jungkook's old contracts to identify which brands might be involved in this multi-million-dollar project. Each theory was different, but they all pointed to one thing: this project would be one of the most impactful of Jungkook's career. And amidst all the turmoil, Jungkook remains true to his usual self, calm, relaxed, with a smile that seems to hold a knowing edge he's not yet ready to reveal. But there's a new energy surrounding him, an energy that fans, media outlets, and even professional analysts are sensing. An energy that suggests he's building not just a project, but a new era. Now, the situation has reached a point where there are only two possibilities. Is Jungkook preparing for his biggest global performance ever, or is he launching a creative project that will redefine industry standards for years to come? Whatever the answer, the world knows there's a long way to go, and Jungkook has only just opened the first door. And K-pop News believes that if the clues so far have shaken the world, then when the full project is finally announced, no corner of the global industry will be left unscathed.